going to do a tutorial on how to replace the stock on your Stoeger M3k or M3000. As you can see here, I've got the shotgun pretty much totally disassembled up on the business end, and now we're going to start working on the stock. So we're going to need to use an adapter here from MOA Precision. This adapter is going to allow the use of Magpul's SGA stock for the Mossberg 500. So first step is to go ahead and remove the stock butt pad to get to the bolt inside here. So we're going to remove these two screws here so the butt pad comes off and exposes the bolt. I'm going to do that and be right back. All right, so I got the butt pad off. The video kind of puked on me a little bit, so I was actually able to get the stock off. Now, to get the stock off, you have to use a 15mm deep well socket with an extension. And I would actually use the short extension on top as well, so that you can actually get all the way out of the stock to turn the ratchet. These pieces right here actually fit here. So once you have the stock off, what the directions tell us to do is actually get the stock bolt out. Now they say that the stock bolt is installed with Loctite, and you may need to actually put this in a non-marring vise to actually get it cranked off. When I started taking this off, it was actually hand tightened, so I'm able to actually go ahead and just spin this all the way off. Now, I do want to make sure that I retain this plastic factory shim, and it looks like it goes either way. You can, I don't know if you can, how well you can see that, but these two little nubbins would fit inside here. All right, so I have all these pieces from the original stock, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and capture these, thread the nut back on. I'm going to take my original factory stock, put that inside, and then put my butt pad on. Help if I line up the holes. And I'm going to go ahead and use my Phillips head and go ahead and tighten the butt pad back down so I can hang on to these parts. Now, you all don't need to watch me put screws in, so I'll be right back. All right, next step in the process is to make sure that this plastic piece from the factory, they call it the factory shim, is in place, and then installing the MOA Precision adapter bolt. So they recommend using some Loctite. So I'm going to go ahead and clean the threads off a little bit and then use some blue Loctite. Ooh, that's a lot. So some. Let that drain off a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and thread that in by hand to start. And again, they talk about using a non-marring vise. I'm just going to risk it and do this. All right, got that snug. And then what they want us to do is go ahead and take the stock adapter plate here and go ahead and line this up. Now, this will only go on one way. This nub here is supposed to match the trigger guard cut out for the Mossberg on the SGA stock. That'll mount here, and then we'll get our SGA stock and go ahead and mount it there. All right, I've got my Magpul stock out of the box. Here are the parts that are the important bits. I left the spacers and stuff in the box because I'm super short and I really don't need the spacers. Need to go ahead and get this placed in. Allen bolt here has the Loctite on it already, so all we need to do really now is to get it lined up and get it installed. Let's go ahead and get that lined up as much as we can here. Of course, might be a little easier to do it upright, and I know my fingers on the trigger, guns apart. What I'm going to do now is just tighten the bolt down here, and once that bolt's tightened, we'll take this piece, go ahead and shove that in there to close that off and make it look pretty. Again, you don't need to see me screwing things in, so I'll be right back. All right, the bolt's been tightened, so we're going to go ahead and insert this little finishing piece, snap that in, and oh, this magazine tube is gigantic. There we go. All right, now we've got the Magpul SGA stock on a Stoeger M3k using MOA Precision's Magpul stock adapter. All right, hopefully this will help some of you folks who are trying to install the adapter. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notified for when we post up new videos. Got a lot of other instructional videos coming, not just stuff working on guns, but actual some shooting stuff too. So, as always, stay safe and we'll see you out on the range.